Thanks for tuning into the Urban Scope podcast. I'm back with another entertainment topic, a very exciting entertainment topic that I know is going to be controversial, very subjective, but just giving my opinion off of things that I think that makes this movie the best out of someone's filmography. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm discussing the best Eddie Murphy movie um, of all time in his filmography. So his filmography goes all the way back to 1982 with Trading Places, all the way to now. Back in, I think he's shooting Shrek, whatever, six or whatever it is next year. So going all the way through that filmography, which is the best film in my opinion. Now I want to say best. Now when I say best, I'm usually saying impactful or most important in his catalog, the movie that had the most skin in the game, the movie that meant the most to society or to the film culture. Now, like I said, this is all subjective, but Eddie Murphy he's one of those actors that has a lot of range. And when I say range, he can play a lot of different characters and make it believable. He can be still funny in any character that you put him in. So he had that unique skill to do so. And he was a great actor, especially coming up from a stand up. He's one of the most successful stand up comedians that turned into an actor and did it consistently on an excellent level, which is two different worlds. Just because you can do one doesn't mean you can do the other, and vice versa. So he was able to successfully turn himself into an actor from a stand up comic. But like I said, he had that range, where whether he's playing cops or he's playing a royal heiress from Africa, or he's playing a businessman. He's playing a womanizer in Boomerang. He's playing a vampire in Brooklyn. He's playing a doctor in Doctor Doolittle. He's playing a babysitter in Daddy Daycare. He's playing a prisoner in Life. He's playing a professor in Nutty Professor, and then he's playing a plethora of people in Nutty Professor. So he was able to do a lot of different things and make it believable. And that's what makes his decision so difficult of his best or most impactful movie. But I had to break it down to the simplest terms. So, what is his best movie, in my opinion? The most impactful to me, I would have to say, is Nutty Professor, the Nutty Professor series, because I can't pick between one and two. They has very similar storylines and very similar characters. So, that series as a whole, I would put as the most impactful for two simple reasons. So not only were these movies funny and entertaining, but they also had messaging in them. So I picked the Nutty Professor series because one, they're funny slash entertaining, and two, they had messaging in them. And when I say messaging, they had, similar to what I like in hip hop. They're full of content that actually is trying to get a message over to its audience, which a lot of people don't even think about the messaging or the intent of a Nutty Professor is. When you think about a Nutty Professor, these movies show us that there are no shortcuts in life, and in the words of a famous rapper, you can be anyone you want, including yourself. So when you think, so the purpose, so the movie, well, the Nutty Professor movies, but one and two, had similar storylines. So Sherman is trying to impress the female co-star by trying to lose weight fast by making his own potion. Well, the second one, he was really trying to turn people younger, but specifically that first movie, he was trying to impress Carla Purdy, who was Jada Pinkett's character, and by losing weight, and he try to do it in a fast amount of time, and ends up messing everything up. When in reality, the only thing he had to do was be himself, because she loved him the way he was anyway, for being intelligent and just being a good kind of person. So that was the messaging that were in those movies, just being yourself and having people accept you for you. A lot of people don't think about it because it's a funny movie, and sometimes they get lost in the shuffle and the content or the messaging of the movie. Now, I said the movie is about being yourself, but ironically, he played a lot of different characters in the movies. In both of those movies, he probably played 8 to 10 different characters, which kind of conflicts with the messaging that was in the movie. But I think that was the humor or the situational irony in those movies as itself. but he did set the stage for actors going, in the future being playing multiple characters. You could say a Martin did it before him, but as far as films go, you could say he set the stage for a Tyler Perry or whoever else does a bunch of different characters in one movie. And like I said, that takes a lot of energy, a lot of makeup, and a lot of time because he had to become different characters and different skins and different things like that. So he was able to have that energy, and I'm pretty sure the budget was crazy for those films just because all the different wardrobe and makeup and different things they had to do for it. But he had amazing co-stars in both of those movies. He had Jada Pinkett Smith, like I said, in the first one, and he had Janet Jackson in the second one. And then he had great songs for those movies. Touch Me, Tease Me with Case and Foxy Brown, and It Doesn't Really Matter, which was the lead song for the second Nutty Professor 2, The Clumps, which had Janet Jackson as the lead singer or the only singer on that one. Now, a lot of people say, impact, but I understand that these Nutty Professor movies are not the most hilarious or the most quotable. You would probably say the movie Life or the movie Coming to America would be that, but I would think these movies would be more impactful just because of the messaging and the underlying messaging in these movies that go unnoticed a lot. But tell me what you think is your most impactful Eddie Murphy movie, and until next time, I'll see you next time.